For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman. Glad you are along. Very interesting show coming up for you today. We've got some representatives from Marine City who are working diligently on a building called the City Hall. They are the Friends of City Hall. And then later in the program, we'll have Alice Rieves along from Mid-City Nutrition and that world-famous Empty Bowls soup fundraiser is coming up shortly, so we'll get to Alice in a second. But we want to welcome back Judy White from the Friends of City Hall, and you brought an army of troops to support you today.
Yeah, and there's a really good reason for that, Paul. Friends of City Hall has just started phase 2 of the interior restoration of the building. And we're kicking off a capital campaign. We've got brochures that we're going to mail out to people, and we're going to start asking for a lot of money really soon. We want to do an elevator, we want to do ADA compliant bathrooms, and open that building up to the public and make it the people's building again. Now, in talking about that with a public meeting several weeks ago, another thing emerged, which is the sorry condition of the bandstand at City Hall.
Out in front.
Yeah, it's the third iteration of that structure. I'm afraid it's rotting. And so I proposed a cooperative, integrated group made up of Historical Society, the Community Pride and Heritage Museum, and Friends of City Hall.
That's a strong group.
It is, and it's the historical core in Marine City. Correct. And I propose that we function as a joint operating committee. I didn't know if that was going to fly. It flew.
Wonderful.
We got Michelle here, we got Bill, they both represent Pride and Heritage. We've got Heather Bachram, who is like the leader, the founder of the Historical Society. So we are off and running, and before I shut my mouth and turn it over to them, I would like to mention that on September 18, we are going to have a concert at City Hall. It'll be an outdoor concert. It'll start at 4. It'll run to about 7:30. We'll have a variety of musicians performing, and they are volunteering their services.
Will you be using the bandstand, or you cannot?
We cannot. Very soon, and I can't give you a date for this, the city is going to demolish the old bandstand.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we have removed all the plants that were around it, so the landscaping's gone. That happened yesterday. And so we are prepared for I guess it will be the DPW to come in.
Any estimate of how old the current structure is?
It's 1976, I believe.
1974. Here's the original, the plaque that it was funded and constructed by on behalf of the Pride and Heritage Museum in 1974.
Wow.
Based on.
So it survived. It lasted pretty long. And then what are you going to replace it exactly?
No. The rebuild, final details aren't in. We're still working on that, but hopefully it's going to be much more durable materials. Perhaps it will be vinyl, perhaps it will be composite.
Yeah, there's some wonderful new materials.
That's correct. And we should get a metal roof on it, that'll give us 100 years. So.
And what the concert itself? Who are the musicians? You said there were a group of musicians.
Community big band.
Oh, but that was a great organization.
Yeah, and they're the core. They're going to start at 5 o'clock and finish about 6:30. And there is a trio of musicians within big band who have also
They're called the Little
asked. Yes.
Boom.
So I don't know if they're going to perform before or after, and I've put feelers out to other groups to see if we can get volunteers. I don't want to spend a penny on it. I want, donated performances.
Okay.
But I'm encouraging people to bring their chairs, lawn chairs, because it's out of doors, and to bring picnic. Because we're starting at 4, run to 7:30, have your dinner on the grass.
Good. Okay, so that's going to be
September
18th.
Yeah.
And that is a fundraiser.
It is. We're going to pass the hat, and we're also going to like beat the drum and pass these brochures out and keep reminding people of what this is all about. And we will take people through the building on tours. The city has permitted a tour group of 15 people.
Per time?
Yeah, per time.
Okay. All righty, who do we go to first? Michelle?
I'm
All right. You're with Pride and Heritage Museum.
Yes.
Great establishment that's been around. How many years is the Pride and Heritage Museum?
Probably since 1969.
Okay.
Back in that time.
Tell us your role in all of this.
I'm the secretary there at the museum.
Okay.
And there, I actually replaced my father. He was Dick Boshoff when he passed away, so I took his place there.
Well, that's very nice.
He was one of the founders there. And I'm
you
excited
guys are behind
for all
this project.
Yes.
Good.
I'm excited.
Okay. And Bill, what's Bill Butel?
I'm one of the obvious volunteers at the museum. We have a meeting, we have a group every Wednesday, and plus we're open Saturdays and Sundays at this time of year. And the bandstand, like I said earlier, was built by the Pride and Heritage Museum.
Oh, it really was? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it was. And another one of our volunteers who unfortunately couldn't make it today, her mother was very involved in it building. And like we said, it was built in 1974. It was repainted a few years ago. I was involved in that. We replaced the railings on the top a few years ago. I somehow got involved in that. And we're hoping to have it look similar, but a little bit larger.
Larger would be wonderful.
So it can accommodate more people and the things. But what we would really like for it to look similar, but I mean, obviously it can't be the same. I've got some pictures of the bandstand in the original, and there's always a debate going on whether the current one is bigger or smaller than the original one. I was an engineer in my past life and did a lot of building work, and I kind of scaled it out, and in my opinion the current one is the same size as the old one, and they claim that it was built with the same.
The bottom line is to get one that's useful to the public.
Exactly.
And put some more flowers around it and use it.
Yes, exactly.
That's the bottom line.
I felt really sorry for the lady that was digging up the flowers yesterday, and the ground was pretty hard and it was hot out there.
That's right.
I went by at noon to see if she needed any help, and she said, no, I'm fine. So I went back home where it was cooler.
Heather, what's your involvement?
Well, I'm really here as a representative of the Historical Society and as somebody who is behind this and our group, and we hope to help in the raising of funds for this project. The fact that it's going to be larger, more modern materials, and it'll last a lot longer, hopefully. I think that's so important, and it can have greater use than it has had in the past.
And if I remember correctly, there was electricity out there, and there was lights, and from time to time over the years, I remember using PA systems that were either attached from
all of that is going to be replicated again. Yeah, there's even a water service there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There will be a little bit of movement of that electrical and water service.
Well, that's understandable.
And I think the new building will probably go a few feet south of where the original one stands right now. We're kicking around the idea, the current building is 13.6 in diameter. We're kicking around the idea of a 30-foot so that we will be able to get a considerable number of musicians in there. And of course, ultimately, that bandstand can be used for other things, like wedding photographs, and
Absolutely.
So there will be,
as it has been for a long, long time. So it'll
I
just
know
continue.
a couple of people who are married there, and we'll do it again.
Okay. How do I donate?
I'm sorry, what?
How do I donate?
I have those addresses on on file with you. Supporters,
there it is right there.
Yes, if you look at that, supporters have two addresses. One is for Pride and Heritage Museum with the post office box, which I think is 184. on Friends of City Hall, P.O. Box 283. So people who want to donate can send to either group. On their check, they should simply designate what they're donating for. If they want to donate for the interior restoration of City Hall, they should say that. If they want to specify just the bandstand, put that on the memo line. So some checks will go to Pride and Heritage, some will come to us. That money will be pooled, and there will be a thorough reporting for everyone as to what comes in and how it's spent.
Friends of City Hall has been around 5-7 years now?
Friends of City Hall just experienced its 10-year anniversary.
10th already.
Yeah, we were started in May of 2011.
Wonderful.
And so here we are.
And you have a lease with the city
we have
at
a
this
lease,
point?
Yeah, and we have many more years to go on that. We will perhaps extend that or come up with some other options. And we're talking
You've
seriously with the city.
And you've been awarded some grant money, and you're still searching for grants every day, every hour of the day.
Absolutely right. Yes, absolutely right. We have been talking with a professional grant writer, and perhaps next year we will hire her. Okay. In the meantime, just curiously today, I talked with a professional grant writer who had 17 recommendations of where we could go for money right now. So yes, we're always beating the drum for donations. To advertise all of this, we're going to put up a big sign, and you have that on the tape.
You got the sign there, fellas? No, that's not it. That's our beautiful picture of all of us. There we go. There's the sign.
There it is.
So is this a billboard?
It's a billboard sign. It's 4 foot tall by 8 foot wide. The design is finished. Okay. I have the print-ready file for it. The city has to approve that because it's so big. And they will do that September 2, next Thursday. Okay. And the minute I get the okay on that, then we'll get that runoff printed and erected. I want to put 2 up, one facing Main Street, one facing Broadway, so people can see everything, because it's got the bandstand, it's got the elevator, it's got the restrooms on it, and addresses and whatnot.
Okay. Michelle, any final thoughts? You're just here to support them and make sure it happens.
Yes,
Bill?
The same for me. We being Pride and Heritage want to see a bandstand to replace the one that's the city's about to tear down.
Great idea.
Exactly.
It's a positive move to make a new one.
Right.
So, and Heather, always good to see you. What's your final thought?
Well, just listening to Judy, I just would say that also the Historical Society originally had made some extensive ideas of plans for the inside of City Hall, and we are going to get together with friends at a later date, and we're going to share those with friends, because I think it's a very positive outcome that will come from that.
This world needs a lot of positivity.
And groups like us need to work together.
Right.
And that's kind of been a difficult thing in the past. We all sort of jealous of our own little corner. But when it comes to something this big, I think everybody needs to be involved and try and help.
Good. Very good. Judy, thank you again.
Thank you, sir, very much.
Any final thoughts?
It's always fun. Thank you, Paul, very much.
Well, that's what you can get involved in, the project in Marine City, the Friends of City Hall, or the Pride and Heritage Museum, or Heather Bachram herself. They'll all be happy to give you more information on this great community project in Marine City. Coming up next is Alice Rieves, who runs Mid-City Nutrition, and they've got a empty bowl project with wonderful soup. We'll hear all about it in just a second. There's one interview that I look forward to every year, and that's with a young lady by the name of Alice Rieves. Welcome back to the show.
Nice
to see you.
It's good to see
You're looking
you. It's
good
a pleasure.
as ever.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you at the beginning of the show for all the wonderful things you do for people.
Thank you.
You are an amazing woman,
Well,
absolutely amazing woman.
Actually, it's the staff that comes in every day and the volunteers that come in and do all the hard work and give the love.
Yeah, but you give them the inspiration and,
That's
and you
probably
give them
right.
love too.
I do. Thank you.
What we're talking about is a little organization called Mid-City Nutrition that Alice and her crew run. And for those that just walked into the St. Clair County community, tell us what Mid-City Nutrition is.
Mid-City Nutrition is the only full-time soup kitchen in St. Clair County. We've been in operation since 1987.
Wow.
We operate out of the basement of St. Martin Lutheran Church at 805 Chestnut Street in Port Huron.
Okay, and for a number of years ago, how many now? Empty bowls.
This is our 18th
18th, I think it
annual
was down here,
Empty
18th
Bowl. Yes.
18th anniversary. And Empty Bowls is a project that was started someplace.
Oxford, Michigan.
Oh, is that where it was?
It was started by a group of local high school teachers in Oxford, Michigan, and they wanted their students to understand that hunger is more than in third world countries, that we have hunger
Yep.
in our community,
Yep.
in our communities, in our state, and in our country. It is now a worldwide fundraiser.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it started in Oxford, been in the Blue Water areas for 18 years.
18 years,
And the proceeds that go from Empty Bowls
correct?
goes to Mid-City to do what?
Well, every year up until this year, it's gone for services and programming. This year, because we're a United Way member agency and it's their blackout period, it's going into our new building,
Okay.
our capital campaign.
You
Yes.
were here a year or so ago and
Yes.
showed us the drawings
Yep.
of a potential building.
Yes.
Now it's more than a potential.
Now it's more than potential. We are almost fully funded. We have electricity, sewer, water.
Oh, wow.
We have a level ground waiting for cement, and we have the block work in.
Where is that location?
It is located on the corner of 9th and Griswold
Okay.
at 830 Griswold.
Okay.
Yes.
Currently, how is your population of people you serve on a daily basis?
Last fiscal year, we served over 60,000 meals.
60,000.
And we are averaging about 120 at lunch, and anywhere between 80 and 100 for dinner. Yes.
And that's 7 days a week?
7 days a week, Monday through Saturday. We serve a full meal from 11 till noon, and Sunday night through Friday night, we serve a bowl of soup, a sandwich, crackers, and cookies from 4 till 5, Sunday through Friday.
That's wonderful. So Empty Bowls, let's go back to that
Okay.
now.
Yes.
We've established you got a building you're working on
Yep.
it. You need support for that. But you brought along, as you do always, some beautiful work here.
Yes.
Talk to me about these bowls.
Okay, these bowls here are and I just happened to grab some of Charlie and Bowden's bowls, and this is just a very small sampling of the bowls that you will receive when you come in.
So I come to Empty Bowls.
You purchase a ticket for $25.
Okay.
You can send me a check, you can call with a credit card, or you can pay at the door. It's $25 in advance, $30 at the door.
Okay, and I get this bowl filled with soup?
No,
No.
you get that bowl and you take that bowl home empty
Okay.
to remind you that there are people in your community that are hungry.
Okay.
Then, so the $25 that you're buying the ticket for is to purchase that bowl. But then you get dinner. And
Okay.
dinner is a homemade bread bowl. And Mike Moretz from
Yep.
Chef Mike's Catering,
Yep.
we will work Wednesday night before the event, and we will do 400 homemade bread bowls in 3 hours.
You two.
And well, it's more than just the two of us, but yeah, we have a group of about 6, and we'll do those bread bowls in about 3 hours. And then, so when you come in, you'll get the bread bowl. You don't just get the bread bowl because I like crusty bread. So we heat the bread bowl so it's crusty on the outside. You get your choice of soup. We have white chicken chili.
You're making me hungry.
I am. That's the idea. And then we have chicken noodle. Ackett's donates that every year. We do gluten-free vegetarian vegetable that Mike Moretz and CMH donate. And then every year, Jeff from The Vintage donates dill pickle soup.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
So you choose the soup that you want. We put it in your bread bowl, or you can have it in a regular bowl. You get a homemade cookie and either a cup of coffee or a glass of water.
And a big thank you.
And a big thank you. So it's a humble meal. And then we also have a silent auction.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Good.
So it's a fun event. People have been coming we've watched children grow up and have their own children at this event. It's a great family venue.
Thursday, September 23rd, just around the corner, 4:30 till 7, and it's at a new location, Colonial Woods Missionary Church, right on Pine Grove.
Yes, it is. We've outgrown, when we started 18 years ago, we started at Woodland School. We outgrew that in 2 years. Then we moved to Our Lady of Guadalupe, and we outgrew that, I think, in about 6 years.
Yeah, growing pains.
We do. It's amazing the people that show up and they enjoy this event. And I think as much that they're supporting the soup kitchen, but they get to take the bowl home and they see friends that they haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's a sober, family-friendly evening that you bring your children to.
Tickets in advance, $25. At the door, $30. You can get them at Mid-City Nutrition at 805 Chestnut, or you can call 982-9535. That's an easy number, 982-9535.
Yep.
Or from Deb Johnson and that crew at St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Check our cash. Schedule is 4 o'clock. You come in to start the dinner, start at 4:30. Go to 6:15.
Yes.
It's just a wonderful thing to support, and we're happy to do that, and to support you is
Thank you.
is good.
Thank
Have we
you.
missed anything?
No, I don't think so, other than a big thank you to this community, because it doesn't get any finer than this community, and I say it all the time.
You had so many beautiful bowls. I imagine people collect these.
They have potters that they like.
Yeah.
Yes, and you know what's really cool about it? You can take this bowl home. You can fill it with candy. You can fill it with little soaps. Put a nice little bag and a bowl on it,
They're
and give it
autographed?
as a gift. They're
Yeah.
all autographed. Yep.
And they're beautiful, beautiful
Yes,
work. They're
yeah.
all about this size. Some smaller,
Some a little bigger, some a little smaller, and I think we have 20 artists.
Wow.
20 artists. So
And they donate all their
They
material.
donate. No, they don't.
They don't.
And I'm thinking perhaps that's why we've lasted 18 years, where other empty bowls, lifespan of an empty bowl is 5 years.
Okay.
So every year Rovin says, "You are doing that again?" Mm-hmm. I can't believe that. Well, we find sponsors, or the Potter Chair donates. We call the Potters every year, ask them if they're
And
interested.
so you're supporting them too.
We're supporting them. Yes.
Yeah, you can't keep going back to the same well.
Correct. Yeah.
And asking for free stuff all
Right.
the time. So
Absolutely.
that's good. That's generous on your part to support the artists
Correct.
that support you.
Right. And that's what it's all about.
Good.
That's what it's all about.
Alice, as I said at the stop, it's always a pleasure to have you come and
great.
talk, and we do salute you and your staff.
Thank you.
And keep us informed of the new building. When do you think you'll be into the new building?
Well,
Round figure.
I'm hoping Thanksgiving, praying Christmas, but they're telling me Easter.
Yeah, there was a meeting I was at the other day. They were talking about for one of the schools, and they were talking about a new building they're going to build. And because of the wonderful, I don't even want to say the word, the thing that happened last year.
Yeah.
Their steel order for steel for their construction of their building normally would take 8 to 12 weeks. They said the steel they needed for their building is now
Yep.
going to be almost 52 weeks.
Well, we had planned on a steel building, and when they went to order the steel, they told us we could have it in December, and we said, "Nah, I think we'll try something different." So we're going to go to a wood.
Good.
Yeah.
Go to Old Wood.
Yes, and you know what? We outgrew that building so many years ago,
Yeah.
but they've been so generous and supportive.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Alice Rieves is the young lady's name. We're always honored to have her here. And don't you forget the 18th Annual Empty Bowls 2021, Colonial Woods Missionary Church, Thursday, September 23rd from 4:30 till 7 p.m. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.